We got some more bad news. This is a quick segment, more of a news update here. But on the Mahmoud Khalil case, U.S. immigration judge orders Khalil deportation. His lawyers say separate ruling protects him for now. A U.S. immigration judge ordered pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil to be deported to Algeria or Syria over claims that he omitted information from his green card application, court documents showed on Wednesday. Khalil's lawyers said they intend to appeal the deportation order while saying a federal district court's separate orders remain in effect that prohibit the government from immediately deporting or detaining him as his federal court case proceeds. Immigration Judge Jamie Coleman said Khalil willfully misrepresented material facts for the sole purpose of circumventing the immigration process and reducing the likelihood his application would be denied. Khalil's lawyers submitted a letter to a federal court in New Jersey overseeing his civil rights case and said he will challenge Coleman's decision. It was a Louisiana judge that ordered this. It's no surprise that the Trump administration continues to retaliate against me for my exercise of free speech, Khalil said. When their first effort to deport me was set to fail, they resorted to fabricating baseless and ridiculous allegations in a bid to silence me for speaking out and standing firmly with Palestine, demanding an end to the ongoing genocide. Now, DropSite reported some additional details about what these judges claim. So I'll skip to the second paragraph here. Judge Jamie Comans ruled Khalil willfully misrepresented facts on his I-485 green card form, failing to disclose roles with UNRWA, Columbia University Apartheid Divest, and the Syria office of the British Embassy in Beirut, and denied his waiver request, doubling down on a June order rejecting his asylum claim. Khalil, calling it a kangaroo immigration court, said the Trump administration is retaliating against him for speaking out on Gaza. He has 30 days to appeal. So Khalil came to the United States in 2022 on a visa. He then was given his green card in 2024. Now, it's not clear to me when he applied for the green card, because the green card could take from, I think 6 months to 2 years to get processed. It takes a long time to actually get approved for a green card. So it could very well be the case that he applied for his green card before October 7th, which, Israel didn't make these accusations about UNRWA until January of 2024. And even when they did, they made accusations about 12 UNRWA employees in an organization of 30,000. So how would that really be relevant? You're going to tell me that was relevant to note there? Their accusation was 12, which they then revised down to 5 out of 30,000 people. And for all we know, again, I don't know this to be true. I don't know when he applied for the green card, but it's likely he applied for the green card before that was even an issue in the first place. So, I mean, it's as obvious as the day is long that this is political retaliation. So Caitlin Johnson, just to put a button on it, says it's amazing how aggressively Trump is shredding free speech in the wake of the Charlie Kirk killing. Jimmy Kimmel was fired after Trump's FCC threatened ABC when the late-night comic suggested that Kurt's killer was a Trumper. Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil has been ordered deported to Syria or Algeria after the Trump administration targeted him for political speech critical of Israel. And we're probably going to cover this on our next show. Trump has brokered a deal allowing TikTok to be purchased by a consortium that includes his billionaire buddies, who? Larry Ellison and Mark Andreessen. U.S. officials have acknowledged that Washington's push to grab control of TikTok was because of the opposition to the Gaza Holocaust that was circulating on the platform. Caitlin Johnson, spot on as always, goes on to list many, many more examples. I encourage you to check her X account and give her a follow. But yeah, when this Khalil case broke, I said this is an automatic fail. This alone makes Donald Trump worse on free speech than even his predecessor, who was very bad on free speech. And you've just seen it go into hyperdrive this past week. I don't even know how J.D. Vance can say these things without knowing he's going to get called for that speech he gave in Europe at the beginning of the term. Now, as for Mahmoud Khalil, I've made this point in the past. Syria is obviously unstable, doesn't even begin to describe Syria. Algeria, relatively unstable as well politically. Obviously, the guy's got a family he's got to worry about wherever he goes.
Hmm.
But I've always said this about Khalil. Like, look, I think he has a right to be here. Obviously, he's a green card. He's a permanent legal resident, which means he has First Amendment rights. And I don't believe this whole bullshit line that, well, he lied on his that, whatever. Hey, when he came here, there was no genocide to protest, not in
Right.
fast motion, at least. So I've always said this about Khalil, like, hey, how he chooses to handle this is up to him, and I think he's got the right to stay here, and I think we should support him and support the family. But I can't imagine being in his shoes and not shopping around for a country that'll take him in. Just move somewhere else. I mean, you can
Yeah.
immigrate to somewhere else. Why stay here? Where you're not like I would. You can go like there's pro-Palestine protests everywhere, right? I mean, go to a place that's going to treat you better. That would be my advice to him. I don't even know why he wants to stay at this point.
Yeah, I really don't understand that. I used to tell my wife at the time, who was from Australia, because sometimes news events would come up. This was the one that really got her. Judge Roy Moore, that was his name, right?
The
The guy
guy,
who went,
yeah,
the guy who went to the polls on the horse with the
yeah,
gun,
yeah. Well, the
and
guy who was a fan of the playground, yeah,
he was a fan of the playground, yeah. And she thought the story was a joke. She asked me about it. She said, "Hang on, is this real? Is this real?" I said, "Yeah, no, that's real. He went on a horse with a gun." She said, "What's wrong?" She said, "What's wrong with your country?" I said, "Man, I was born here. What's your excuse?
yeah, right,
You made a
exactly,
point of coming. You went out of your way to come here. What the fuck are you doing here?"
right,
Yeah, man, I don't understand, especially if you've been through what Khalil has been through. Why would you fight so hard to stay in the United States?
yeah,
Like there are English speaking countries that are not this savage, that are
yeah,
not this advanced in their collapse towards fascism, right?
yeah,
I mean, in most countries, in my experience, that you're going to go to in the West, unless you're going to go into the rural countryside, they speak English everywhere. Like
right,
you can go to lots of places if you want to stay in the Western world. There are lots of places that are a lot less dangerous for someone like that than the United States. Now you want to say, well, that's the point. This is where I'm needed to do this. That's brave. It's brave to stick your neck out like that. I saw him a few weeks ago
yeah.
protesting outside the New York Public Library, which takes big balls after what they've done to him. But it looks like he's standing on principle. Like that's the only explanation I can see for why he didn't, as soon as they let him out, start making plans to leave.
Exactly, exactly.
Please clap.